performance.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. Just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
I think that's Mack who's still down. Yeah, it is. Mack apparently shaken up there. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Throw on 3rd and 1. Gets this one to use check. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. This pass into the arms of Snead. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Sermon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team is going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Tannehill to his top target, Brown, for a Tennessee first. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Henry again on second down. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. Tannehill on third down. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense for the Niners, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Flush to his right. Looking deep for Julio. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones with his 28th touchdown. Drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Tennessee score. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
From the 29, Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. These two teams all tied after one. Try and run for the first with Sermon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Play action. Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kevin Byard, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raider, gets the sack. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Caught by Snead over the middle. Willie Snead, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
No, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Looking downfield for Jones. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
On 4th down, Tannehill. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. To throw is Garoppolo. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Now Garoppolo. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Jeffrey Simmons, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. A give for Sermon running right. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Sermon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Tennessee offense set to go again, and they come in. This one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
The former first-round pick, Eric Armstead, the one who got in there to make that play.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Tannehill. On the screen, this is Evans. And they can't bring him down. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Quick slant to Brown. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. Now here's Hill, and into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Brian Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do. So
the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They'll begin on the ground with Evans. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. Looking deep for Julio. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Julio Jones. As the first half is winding down. And the Titans have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A play fake from Mostert, now Garoppolo. That ball caught, Brandon Ayuk. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So we've reached halftime, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. 8 yards to go on second down. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill gets this to Forkser, the tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 45 on second down, Tannehill. They set up the screen to Hill. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
They'll try and run forward with Hill. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They'll try the left side with Evans. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Evans gets it again on second down. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Well, that is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Mike Vrabel saw him on the sideline. He didn't even hesitate. They will go for it on 4th. They snap it to Tannehill, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Danico Autry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. Fielded just inside the 30. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Titan football.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going.
He's got a man complete.
That's what it is.
It's a Titans touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
McCann's got it teed up. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's second down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo.
He'll find Sermon out of the backfield.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
From the gun, Sermon.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
To the right side, this is Sermon. Sermon with space, a first down, and then some.
And finally, down at the 36-yard line.
69 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Garoppolo. Snead's got it. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Another carry here for the fullback, Juszczyk. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man. And he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though. But I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards, the final tally. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not.
And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
Trey Sermon.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the 49ers have retaken the lead.
So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially. So a net gain of 1 there.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that number 1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Playing all the way through. I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
2 yards, good enough for a first. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Here's Hill again on second down. A solid stiff arm. And this is going to be a Titans first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On second down now, it's Evans. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. They'll go again here with Evans. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. This pass complete to Reynolds. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Tannehill to throw.
It's Hill, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Tannehill.
Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
7 yards, the pickup there.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Throwing, Tannehill.
Caught on a slant. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
McCann's got it teed up. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Garoppolo and the Niners now. Down 35-31. A little over 20 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Garoppolo to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Oh, a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Now Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. There to knock that one away was the safety, Amani Hooker. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down. One final try now for Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So this one, a Tennessee Titans